And I beat you like a gorilla. Hi, this is Brian. I'm doing a video today on a power steering pump for a 93 Jeep Cherokee. It's a regular Cherokee. The straight force 0.0 liter 6-cylinder. Anyway, the power steering pump on this one's a little tricky. The main tricky thing, a lot of people bend these and it'll mess up the bracket to where the belt will basically get chewed on one side, the side that's toward the motor. The reason why this happens is there's two bolts on this power steering pump that are on the back side. This is the bracket that it mounts into. You've got a bolt here, you have a tensioner slide here, and a tensioning pull bolt that goes through here. But you also have, and you'd think that that's enough to hold a power steering pump still, but they're overachievers. They put a bolt here and a bolt here in the back side. So what happens is, instead of going from behind here, see, I've removed the air cleaner. With the air cleaner in here, it's like impossible to see or look at. But you've got two 13mm or half-inch bolts that go from the back side that hold it still. You can imagine with those tight, you're not going to be able to change the belt or maneuver it or change anything about it. So what happens is people torque on them and they bend it, and it also causes damage to the shaft. And so over time, you know, like maybe somebody did it at the beginning and when it was low miles, like 20,000 miles or whenever it needed a belt the first time, and the damage is done. Ultimately, they'll just kind of fail over time. So anyway, that's the main thing that you want to worry about, is that. As far as the rest of it, there's two other points I'd like to cover. One is doing the pulley. With many power steering pulleys, you get kind of a profile picture on this. There's a little lip in the center of the pulley. You use a special tool. There's a couple different designs. There's one that's kind of like claws that go over it like this and then pull it over. And then there's also this design. This is a Harbor Freight design. I machined it down a little bit just because it was too fat and it was kind of sloppy. So I put that in there. You apply this tool. This one's been machined a little bit too, just to give a more tight, precise fit. Ooh-ha. So anyway, you put that on there, and what that does is you hold this with a wrench. It basically presses it so that it presses the pulley off. When it comes time to put the pulley onto the new pump, this is the new pump. Let's just get that all out of there. I'll show you. The new pump comes without the reservoir and stuff. To get the reservoir off, that's the other thing I wanted to cover. There's these clips on here, and basically what you do is you put a screwdriver in that way and bend it up, and then this whole piece here will just slide off. So those are the tricky things. Once you've got that, the rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. As far as the way I pull it, you can pull the bracket, this whole aluminum piece, and then work with it out of the car. I prefer to just unbolt the two bolts in the back, the tricky ones that I told you about, the one at the top of the ear, and then you pull the nut and the slide off, and that all comes together here. And then once you've got it off, you've got these bracket bolts. There's three of them. Once you pull the pulley off, you can put your impact gun on them and just zip, zip, zip. So I do it with the pulley off. Make sure to install it before you put the pulley back on. To install the pulley, there'll be a kit, usually with your pump that you buy, and there's a bolt that I'm touching here with my index finger. It actually bolts right into there, and then you just follow it with a nut. You just got to make sure to put this nut on the bolt and put the washer after that, and then you just tighten the nut down the bolt, and it presses the pulley back on. If you use other methods, there are some other methods out there. You just want to make sure that you have a grip on the shaft and on the pulley and nothing else. Otherwise you can bend. Anyway, I hope that's helpful for you. Be sure to rate, subscribe, leave your comments if there's anything that you'd really like to see or that interests you. Just put a comment in the comments below and I'll make a video of it. So anyway, hope you're having a great day and good luck. You can do it.